UFC Paris, Moicano versus Saint-Denis just finished up, and Moicano put on one of the most dominant performances that I was not expecting to see ever. I'm talking ever. I was not expecting this guy to put a beat down like he did on Benoit Saint-Denis, especially with a shoulder injury, a separated AC joint. Absolutely beautiful to see this guy get a fantastic victory like this against Benoit Saint-Denis, who's dangerous, who's tough, who just won't quit. It's great to see stuff like that. Now, I want to talk about how some of the fights on this card, because I'm not going to get into it and break down the entire card. Great fights top to bottom, much better than expected. Some good name value on the card from top to bottom, no doubt about that. But what the card at the end of the day, and what we need to talk about, is what the French MMA scene is doing to fighters, what the commission has been doing as of late. Now, we get into the fight. Excuse this ad. My God, there's ads all over the place. Tapology, clean your shit up. The first fight of the night obviously was a finish by Chris Duncan, fighting out of the UK, beat Balaji Aki. Very, very good performance from him. Page unresponsive, just shut up and wait. The next fight was Jacqueline Cavalcante and Nora Cornole. Now, Cornole lost the fight by absolute brutal beatdown. She did not win a single second of this fight. Cavalcante just kept the jab in her face. It's a women's fight. It wasn't really a beatdown. Get the fuck out of here. Nora Cornole won on somebody's scorecard. It was a split decision somehow. And she lost the entire fight, just getting jabbed in the face the entire time. Now we move up the card. Taylor Lapilus got a decent victory over Vince Morales. It was not super fun to watch, but it was what it was. He got the win. It was legit. I'll give him credit for that. He was one of the only ones that got an actual legitimate win for the Frenchies. Umar Sy, obviously the more athletic between Du Woon Jung. He was more athletic, won the fight. It was what it was. Now, then we got to Fares Ziam, who knocked out Matt Fiorella in one of the best knockouts you will ever see, one of the best knockouts of the year. But he landed those extra follow-up shots. It was very, very excessive in my opinion. But Fares Ziam got a great win, got a great knockout, absolute performance. Great. Obviously, Morgan Charrier got a great knockout. But Gabriel Miranda is nobody to really sneeze at. This guy sucks. He sucks. I can't say anything else other than he stinks. He's in the UFC. He's a decent fighter. He's well-rounded. There's nothing much to say about the guy. He could be fighting on Apex cards. That's it for this guy. Morgan Charrier getting absolute layups, finishing these guys in absolute layup fights. He's getting absolute gifted victories here with a lot of the fighters that he's going up against. Not very interesting to say the least. Now, Kevin Jousset. Moving up the card, Kevin Jousset obviously came out the French guy. Looked almost more technical than Brian Battle, putting on some great shots, hitting Brian Battle with tough shots, but Brian Battle just weathered the storm and beat the shit out of the guy. There's nothing else to say about that. The Frenches lose on that front. Brian Battle, great post-fight interview, fantastic stuff from him. We'll talk about him in another video in just a few minutes. William Gomez getting a split decision victory here. Bullshit split decision victory here against Joanderson Brito. Joanderson Brito, a tough, gritty fighter, comes forward, throws haymakers at his opponents. He did more damage against William Gomez. William Gomez obviously gets the split decision victory, as the French were doing throughout the rest of the card, giving their guys victories in which they did not quite deserve. The scorecards were obviously leaning towards the French guys. William Gomez put up a good fight, but obviously we could see him wilting throughout the entire fight, and Joanderson Brito had that choke sunk in deep. William Gomez had a choke sunk in at one point, but it was not deep, it was not dangerous, it was not threatening at all. Joanderson Brito had two really, really deep submissions at the end of some rounds. Those count. Those do damage. When you're choking somebody, that's doing damage. Damage is what matters in MMA, and clearly the French commission was not looking at that when they were looking at giving William Gomez the victory here. He got a split decision victory. Absolute BS. Unacceptable. Nasruddin Imavov, good for him, got a win against Brendan Allen. I don't think Nasruddin Imavov is as impressive as we think. Brendan Allen, kind of just a goofball, kind of just a dummy. Clearly looked better than Nasruddin Imavov on the feet, on the ground. He just didn't mix the martial arts, and that's where he lost the fight. Nasruddin Imavov got the victory, was exhausted after the fight. We'll talk about how that was kind of interesting before the fight even happened. Benoit Saint-Denis, obviously dangerous fighter, got the win. Moicano got the win over Benoit Saint-Denis. I thought Benoit was going to come in here and beat Moicano. I thought it was going to be close. Maybe Moicano could get the last second victory, pull a victory out of the jaws of defeat. But Benoit just had nothing for him. Looked slow, plotty in there, and Moicano just got the takedown early in the first round and put a beating on him for the whole round. Arguably a 10-7 round. They scored it a 10-8 across the board. Benoit came out in the second round, did okay because Moicano was just throwing that jab out there. He had the separated AC joint. He couldn't do a lot, and then obviously they stopped it in between rounds because of the swelling on Benoit's face. Very, very great performance from Moicano, impressed by the guy. But across the board, the French were just giving fights away to the French fighters. Some of them were finishes, yes. Morgan Charrier had a great finish. Fares Siam had a great finish, but then excessive follow-up shots, questionable there. And then lower in the card, we had a couple of seedy victories given out to the French fighters by unanimous decision when they weren't really that dominant. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the card. I think it was a fantastic card. Great fights from top to bottom. The main card was really, really awesome to see. Brian Battle put on a stellar performance. Nasruddin Imavov barely beat Brendan Allen. Suspicious victory there. And then Moicano with the victory of the night. Fantastic performance from him. Let me know what you guys think about the whole card, about some of the French stuff, where French MMA is going, where the commission is going. I think they've been doing some suspicious, crafty veteran type moves, this and that. We'll give you the drug test here and there, picking when they do things strategically so that their fighters get the upper hand. That's what I think is going on. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Is the French MMA commission a little bit seedy, or are they okay? Is it just what it is and it just happened to fall the way it is? It's just coincidence. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.